Alrighty, guys, we are loading into game one of the series. We have Lysandra, Udyr, Silas, Varysjana into Jhin, Maokai, Volibear, Vex, and Sejuani. So they've got quite a beefy front line to get through. Hopefully our team recognizes that and will build some anti-health items. You know, Leandri's is really good this game. It gets a whole lot of value. And we'll see. Pretty default start here. Sejuani's heading towards blue side and Udyr is heading towards his red. They may meet here in the middle if they step any further, but it looks like they're backing off. I think of all the lanes, I'm really interested to see how the bot lane plays out. Varys, into Jhin Maokai. They have a pretty strong root duo, but with Janna to peel, they should be able to stay at far enough range that the matchup should be pretty good for them. And Silas into Vex, that's going to be a very interesting matchup. We don't see a whole lot of Vex, especially in the competitive scene, so it'll be really interesting to see how that plays out. We're getting into game. Minions have spawned and they're heading to lane. Looks like bot is leashing for the Udyr. And it looks like Jhin and Maokai are being a little sneaky here, wandering into the bush. I wonder if they're going to be able to read this and recognize that. Hopefully Udyr follows them, but if not, that's going to be a world of pain for them. Yep. Udyr did not follow them, so they were able to set in the bush with Maokai saplings. A little unfortunate for the bot lane here. They're going to be on the back foot. But it isn't anything that can't be recovered from. Ooh, it looks like Jace is getting harassed in the mid lane by the Vex, who did reach that level 2 first. She is running Ignite into his teleport. So she does want kill pressure on the Silas and to really reduce any healing that can come through for him. Champions are just farming away. It looks like Jace is taking some more harassment. Vex did miss that Q there, luckily. He is rather low on HP. If Vex does get a good angle on him, that may be a kill angle. Yep, he's taking some autos for free. And that will be a kill going over to the mid lane. Pretty simple combo there. Vex is just using her range to abuse the Silas in the early game. Silas really wants to get up close and brawl, and of course Vex is pretty good into that, so kind of a hard matchup in the mid lane. He does have the ability to steal some really good ultimates later on into the game. He has Vex, Sejuani, and Maokai that he can steal from, so as long as he survives the early game, it should be pretty easy for him to scale up here into the mid to late game. Bot side, it looks like Maokai and Jhin have the push, which, as Mata and Bones were more concerned about being able to peel off the Maokai, that makes a lot of sense. They're trying to keep their distance and really utilize their range advantage to poke. It looks like red side is taking a base here. Top side is doing pretty good, matching the Volibear. He's got a health advantage and a little bit of a level advantage too as well. Oh, Udyr is ganking here. And that is going to be a kill going over to the mid lane, evening it up 1-1. Oh, that was not a good claw, unfortunately, for Lissandra. It looks like she will die here. Udyr can't really do much for her, unfortunately. But, you know, nothing too end of the world here. It looks like Maokai has roamed up to help Sejuani with the Void Grubs. And that is going to be the kill lead going over to red side. It looks like they've amassed about a 500 gold lead here in the early game. Probably a mixture of farm and the extra kill going over. So nothing that the Reavers can't come back from. That is going to be the Void Grubs going over to red side. They are using their push here in the bot lane to kind of force the Jhin back. Sylas is returning to mid lane. He'll be able to catch the tail end of this wave to get some experience. He is level 6 now, so we've got ultimates coming online from the solo lanes. Bot lane and jungle are still a little ways off, but here, as we transition into mid game, it looks like Bones is roaming up. It's going to take a little bit of poke for his actions, but Sylas is free to dive onto the Vex because she used all of her cooldowns on the Janna. Looks like Sedge is doing a little bit of counter jungling in the blue top side. So all of top side seems to be gone for the Udyr, which is good that he's on bottom side now, which will give his camps a little bit of time to respawn. Now this matchup has actually swapped into the Sylas's favor. Now that they both have access to their ultimates, it's really easy for Sylas to get on top. Oh, that is going to be a 2v2 kill onto the Janna. Well, I should say a 2v2, a 1v1 kill. Maokai did not get an assist there. Jhin is very low. I wonder if Mata can get to 6 here and be able to kill out the Jhin. It looks like Jhin has just hit level 6. But I don't know if he's going to be able to do that with the Maokai right there. It looks like Jay is ganking bot lane, but I don't think he'll be able to actually get on top of the Jhin here. So it looks like the Lissandra is pushing in the Volibear, which is good. That's what you want. You want to be able to harass him under his tower, deny him farm as best you can. Lissandra should be able to get a pretty good gold lead on her own, even down the kill. She has more push than the Volibear does. It looks like Sylas has roamed to help Dragon, being able to get the Cloud Drake. Oh, maybe Sejuani is contesting it here. That is going to be an unfortunate fight for the blue side. There's not really much they can do here without having mana and having a disadvantage here. Yep, that is going to be 3 quick kills going over to the red side. Just unfortunate there that they got caught at the tail end of the dragon fight. Looks like Volibear is going onto the Lissandra, trading really effectively versus the Lissandra. Lissandra is going to pop her ult here, but it's not going to do too much. I believe that's kind of a mistake. He should be saving his ultimate for the Volibear in case he gets dove, and really being able to save himself from anything that the Volibear tries to do. And that is going to be a kill going over to the Volibear. Yep, so like I said, expanding that ultimate there, I think, you know, being able to save it for that dive that was eventually coming. Volibear loves diving turrets. It's his strong suit. That's what you end up picking Volibear for, and misreading the matchup. So the early game is quickly going out of control. It looks like that is a 4K gold lead here at 9.5 minutes. Bot lane is behind, mid lane is behind, but not too terribly, and with the 2 kills going over to the Volibear, top is behind as well. They can come back in mid lane, of course, you know, it's not out yet. That is going to be Lissandra Flash for Sylas Flash. And it looks like Maokai is roaming again. That is going to be another kill going over to red side. Oh, unfortunate on that dodge there by the Silas. Vex is going to pick up that kill. And Jin is going to use his ultimate just to clear out the wave to give himself some space. Yep, a quick little claw to get over the wall from Lysandra, and she is pretty safe. Bot is going to pick up some turret plates here. And the game state is going to relax for a little bit. There are no objectives on the map. Void grubs have been taken. Dragon's been taken fairly recently. So not a whole lot left on the map, just standard laning phase. Silas is going to dive the Vex here. And that is going to be a shutdown going over to the Udyr. It looks like Dragon is going to be spawning here in about a minute's time. So they should be focusing kind of on the bot side just to be able to set up for that. Get vision. It looks like blue side has a ward in the Dragon Pit alongside one of the little bushes beside it over in the river. So they have a little bit of vision. And it looks like Jay is bot side, so they could, in theory, contest this. I do believe at this point in the game, though, that the gold difference is large enough. They really should just kind of stay back and scale. They did luckily get the first dragon, so it's not the end of the world for them to start their dragon stacking. And here in the early levels, red side is stronger than them. So really, I think the play here should just be to fall back and allow them to take this dragon for free. There isn't really much point in fighting it, especially having been down so many levels, but it looks like they are going to fight. Jin is going on to the Varus, and it looks like it is going to be a kill going over to red side again. Not much can be done here. Fortunately, it is going to be 3 quick kills going over to the red side. Bot lane goes down and the dragon goes down. Like I said, at this point, red side is far stronger with their composition. They're more early game pick focused. Just a little unfortunate read there from the Reivers. As top side is going to still be brawling, Volibear is going to push out on that. And some heavy trading going over towards the Silas. The game state is quickly becoming problematic. So it is 2:12 here at 14 minutes. Every lane for the red side is winning, including the jungle. It'll really determine how the Reivers want to come back, whether they want to just sit back and scale. Let's see, mid lane has just gone down, so that is another influx of gold into the Vex's pocket. She is going to be able to trade onto that Silas. Udyr is ghosting at her. She did just use some abilities, but she gets that fear up, and that will keep her safe from the Udyr. Severus did pick off the Vex, which is a good shutdown, especially onto your AD carry. Hopefully he is building lethal tempo for on-hit Varus. I believe that is the correct way to go, especially into a game of 3 tanks. But we will see how he does on that. Now, they should win this, the two of them. Janna did not pop her ultimate there, unfortunately, so she will lose out on that fight. I believe if Janna ults there to heal up the Varus, they do win that. Just a little bit of unfortunate misplay from the Janna. It looks like Silas is teleporting in onto the Jhin. Unfortunately, I believe he will miss him. Yep, unfortunate there. Red team will claim the Rift Herald, and they will probably use it here in the top side to break the top turret so they can open up the map a little bit easier and open up that top jungle, really without giving blue team any safety of extra turrets to be able to fall back to. That's going to be the AD carry. And the mid lane falling, then is going to open up this turret. Those 6 Void Grubs putting in work, helping red team demolish these towers even better. They've gone really hard in on the early game composition, and it looks like blue side is having a hard time handling that. So definitely something to look towards next game, being able to really focus and prepare for a more early game skirmish focused composition. Azir is disabled on this patch, which is a little bit unfortunate for the Reivers. Silas is a Azir main. It is his favorite champion in the game, so a little bit unfortunate as far as picks go, and into the patch notes, there are some bugs with Azir going on, so a little unfortunate that that is banned in competitive play right now. It's going to be a few more quick kills going over to red team. Lissandra, Udyr, and Varus have all fallen, which will leave just Janna and Silas able to defend. They are going to push down mid lane here. Vex is back in base, but even without Vex, they should have enough damage and enough push to really break through the Silas and the Janna. Looks like they are engaging onto the red team. Maokai falls, but it looks like that is also going to be it for as far as the kills. Maybe they can pick off the Sejuani here. Varus is not attacking very fast. I fear that he has gone lethality this game, unfortunately. Vex is here now. She is going to be able to pick off the Varus. And Volibear, if he can get onto the Lissandra, yep, that is going to be it for them. And that is a clean ace for the jungler here for the red team. They don't have a wave. It is crashing here next to Jhin, but they do have the Rift Herald to help break the turrets. So Jay has spawned, and Mata will get up in about a second. So there are some here who can help. Hopefully Varus can pick up some kills. Jay will get the shutdown onto the Vex for 1,000 gold. But especially at this point in the game, I think it may be too little too late, unfortunately. They're going to scout out the dragon here. It is 20 minutes into the game, and that is going to be the second dragon for the red side claimed up. So they're not stacking them too quickly. We have at least a 30-minute soul if they take it on spawn for the next 2 spawns. If the game even lasts that long, like I said, I think the game will be over here in a few minutes. They have snowballed their leads really effectively, and it is over a 10k gold lead here at 20 minutes. They're going to catch the Janna with the Sejuani ultimate, and they may just march down mid. You know, that one pick, they only have one Nexus tower remaining, and Volibear can just turn it off, so that may be the end of the game here. Yeah, a little bit unfortunate for the Reivers here. They weren't able to withhold the early game, but for the next games, we'll take that into consideration and really take a look at our composition. Thank you guys so much for watching Game 1. We will be back soon with Game 2. Thank you, thank you. Alrighty, let me know when we're live. Alrighty, let's do this. Alrighty, guys, we've got Game 2 for you. Coming up here, we've got quite a few different drafts coming from both sides, so it'll look to shape up to be a different game from Game 1. We've got Gwen, Wukong, Malzahar, Twitch, and Melio versus Aatrox, Amumu, Orianna, Kai'Sa, and Maokai. They kept with the Maokai support, so it looks like we have adapted with the Melio to kind of counter that CC that Amumu and Maokai are going to bring. It looks like they are stacking up 5 to bot lane to invade. Hopefully Melio can see this. He does, so he is going to get vision of this. And hopefully they aren't going to fall for the same level 1 strats that they did last time. Malzahar is getting vision in the top side, so he is going to place his ward there. That will leave him vulnerable to ganks, so hopefully he plays it safe and can just farm back and use his little voidlings to farm for him. It looks like red did get a deep ward. Blue should know where it is, though. They should be able to spot it. And it looks like minions have spawned, and everything is shaping up to be a calm level 1. Pretty standard. Everybody's just going to their lanes to leash for their junglers, and we will get started into the actual game itself. So it looks like there is a mixed match in the jungle side. Amumu did not get a leash. He is soloing his Raptors. Meanwhile, Wukong did get a leash from the Twitch and Melio, so it looks like they are fighting on that end. It looks like some trading going on. Mata did start Q instead of the E, which would have given him a lot more trading power versus the Kai'Sa. It looks like Malzahar is having a hard time here against the Orianna. He is a little bit shoved out. Orianna does have a little bit of push into him before they really get any items going. A Gwen Aatrox matchup, it can go really either way. It looks like Aatrox is trading really well onto the Gwen. And Malzahar is just getting some farm here in the mid lane. Pretty standard early lates here. Bot lane is doing its thing here. And that is going to be a forced flash coming from Malzahar. Looks like everything is going pretty standard here, standard lanes. Kaisa is poking with some of her W, that is a late shield from Melio. But overall, everything's going pretty standardly. We'll see if the red team can get the early advantages that they did last time versus a more mid-game focused composition, and we'll see how that shapes up later in the game. Amumu is towards mid side. He is probably taking the Scuttle Crab over there in bot side. Yep, he is getting that. And it should be a little invade that is going to be first blood for the Orianna. She will use her flash. Amumu does look to be checking to see if Jay has taken all of his bot side, and he has, so that may be a gank. But they are going to spot it out with a well-placed ward, so they know where the Amumu is, and they know that Wukong is probably towards his top side, so Aatrox should be playing pretty safe here. Jay is back in base, so he is going to be out on the map. He'll probably go clear his bot side and maybe look for a bot gank while he's down on the top side as Kaisa and Maokai push up against the Melio Twitch. Unfortunate trading there. Aatrox is able to hit a couple of sweet spots onto the Melio. Yep, Orianna did level there, unfortunately, for Malzahar, so that is a 2-0 lead to the Orianna. But outside of mid lane, everything else is going pretty standard. Melio and Twitch have pushed up a little bit, so they should be answering the base of Kaisa Maokai. Kaisa is running the Exhaust, which is good that Twitch is running Cleanse for that. That's a good summoner spell matchup for the Twitch. Exhaust and Ignite. We will see how that sort of goes for him later in the game. It should be more powerful the later we get on, but we'll have to see how the mid game shapes up. It looks like Wukong has started Dragon now that Orianna is in base. However, his bot lane is also in base, so this could be quite the risky move. The jungler is top side, so he is kind of alone, but Orianna is showed up, and that will be Jay being forced off of the Dragon because Orianna just has so much more power and value right now here into the bot side of the map where she's exerting pressure. They are going to re-go onto it now that Twitch is here, and now that is a 4-man disparity, so that should be Dragon going over to blue side. Fortunately, Mata was not able to cleanse that off. He does use his cleanse there, unfortunately, but it looks like red side is going to clean up this fight pretty handily. Kaisa did use both of her summoner spells there, as did Mata, so and it looks like the support Maokai used both of his while Bones still retains his flash, so a little bit of a summoner spell advantage to blue side, but that's not really going to do much in the grand scheme of things. It looks like top lane is still just the island that it has been for the past several seasons now, and Gwen and Aatrox are just sort of doing their thing. Looks like Wukong is looking for a gank here in the top side. I believe he was trying to go over that wall there. Unfortunately, he did flub that a little bit, but he is able to walk around here to gank the Aatrox. Gwen is putting out the needlework. and forcing him back. But with Wukong only being level 5 to the Aatrox's level 8, it is kind of a bad idea to go for that. So wisely, Wukong backs off to continue farming his camps to try and get that level 6 to get his ultimate. It looks like there is a gank in the bot side. Bones and Mata are handling it pretty okay. I wonder if, yep, they're going to pick up some kills here. That is a very good kill for Twitch. They are able to go 2 for 1 there. And I wonder if he'll also be able to get this kill onto the Maokai as well. He is going to miss that, but he is going to pick up a triple kill for the Twitch. This Twitch is going to be pretty strong, and as long as his team can sort of protect him in the later game, it may be a very good game for Twitch. That should rush the Twitch towards his Blade of the Ruined King to help deal with these tanks, the Aatrox, the Amumu, and the Maokai. All great value for the Blade of the Ruined King there. And Gwen also really does good into tanks as well, so really good lane comps there. And we'll see if they can outplay their opponents here as we cycle into the 10-minute mark. It looks like they do have a 4k gold lead on blue side, but nothing a late game comp like theirs can't claw its way out of, as long as they can sustain and sort of hold them to this lead for the rest of the game and not allow them to snowball like they did last game. That is going to be a lot of minions dying to turret, unfortunately for the Gwen. That's a lot of golden experience that she lost there. Hopefully she can recoup some of that, especially in these team fights. Amumu is going to grab Void Grubs again. And Jay is going to look maybe mid here for the Orianna, or he can cycle towards bot side to deal with the Kaisa Maokai. It looks like he is going to take a base maybe. Nope, he is moving in. He will be spotted on this pink ward, so they do know where he is. And it looks like he is going to do some counter juggling of the Amumu. Oh, that is going to be a great kill for Malzahar. That is worth it to get the shutdown. That is a bonus of 600 gold, so a 900 gold kill there for the Malzahar. Orianna did not have the damage to just 100 to 0 to him. He was, unfortunately, 30, maybe 40 HP from death, so he is able to get off that Grasp of the Void to suppress the Orianna under his tower, which gives him the extra damage. That is going to be very good for the state of Malzahar. And that is going to be 2 ultimates used, along with the Ignite from Maokai, which is very good for Jay to get out. That will really help bot lane and should cycle them. Bones was forced to use his heal, but 1 summoner spell for 2, you know, that is a good trade, and we take that every day of the week. So even though we've gotten the shutdown and we've traded some kills, it has been pretty good for red side. They have ballooned the gold lead now with minions and experience to about an extra 1,000 gold. So that is going to be a 5k gold lead over to red side, as Jace is going to pick up some farm in the mid lane. And really, he's just trying to survive against the Orianna, who does have her ultimate up now, so he will have to look out. Her ultimate is a much shorter cooldown than his, so he has to take note of that while he is trying to dance around the ball while he safely farms with his E and W. It looks like Amumu is heading towards bot side. He may be looking for a lane gank here. Maokai has a lot of good setup for it, even though he is missing his ultimate. That is going to be pretty tough. Unfortunately, Malzahar is going to go down there, and I don't believe Jay has the damage to get the Orianna He does have the flash, and unfortunately, yep, that is going to be a double kill to the Orianna, which is quite a bit unfortunate. But again, with the power of the late game, maybe they can pull something out against the Orianna from a wider range with Twitch ult and Melio. So red team is going to start the dragon here, and they are going to get it. There isn't a whole lot blue team can do to contest, especially with Maokai having his ultimate and Amumu still having his. It would be a really bad idea for them to contest while Wukong is in base, so wisely they choose to let that go. Malzahar is going to struggle a little bit here. He is going to just be constantly poked down. He's not cycling his spells like he needs to be in order to trade against this Ori. He needs really to put his E down and then summon his W to get her. Yep, she does have the damage now to really one-shot him like she had tried to do earlier that allowed him to root. And now that is going to give Jay over as well, as he couldn't really contest that with Orianna having the push. And it looks like topside is also fighting now. Gwen is going to blow that ghost to try and run around the Aatrox. She is going to cast that needlework, and it's going to hit a little bit, but ultimately not going to do a whole lot. And it looks like Amumu is coming up to dive her once again. Good read on this from the Gwen. She is going to pull off. It does suck to lose so many minions, but ultimately she would lose them anyway, as her tower is going down and Amumu and Aatrox were still there. This is going to be another tower going over for the red side. Bot lane is down. They have broken now all the outer towers of blue team, along with even the tier 2 in mid. Orianna was able to solo push that while Amumu was taking Rift Herald. So they also have Rift Herald in their back pocket if they want to break something later. So Wukong did unfortunately go down there. Pretty easy kill over for red side. It looks like Gwen is fighting, and Malzahar may get ulted by the Amumu and the Orianna, so that should be a kill. He does burn his flash there, luckily, so he is able to survive even with the Amumu ult being used. Mata is coming up here to fight with the Gwen, but I think ultimately that's going to be pretty bad for the both of them, as Amumu is still in the area, even without his ultimate. Twitch is forced to use his flash there. Not much he can do in this situation. Looks like Jay is going on to the Orianna, but I don't think he wins that 1v1 anymore because Orianna is very far ahead right now. It would take more than just the Wukong at this point to kill the Orianna, 100-0. Looks like they have cracked the middle inhibitor turret. They are all going in. Bones did use his ulti a little bit too early there to cleanse the Maokai ult, so he was hit by it. That should be another kill going over, but Malzahar is able to avoid it. Unfortunately, Twitch does not have that same luxury, so he is going to go down, and that is going to be the middle inhibitor turret falling while bot lane is dead. They may continue to push here with Rift Herald to go in. Gwen is going to pick up a kill there, but she may have extended too far, and she will be going down as well, along with the left inhibitor turret. That just leaves Malzahar. to try and solo defend this. He is going to get the kill onto Kaisa and Maokai as well. But that is all the base and Nexus turrets going down to the red side here at 18 minutes. And Aatrox is just going to back and reset. So it gives red side an incredible advantage here. They are 12k gold up on the blue side here at 19 minutes. So they have, again, managed to snowball the game very effectively through their mid laner into the blue side. And really kind of shut down their tools that they would have liked to use to get to late game with the Twitch, Melio, and Gwen. They're just not going to allow them to get there. They should pick up this dragon relatively easy because of the super minions. They are able to just march down mid with that safety, the super minions allowing them to push heavily into the base. It looks like Orianna is just going to teleport right there into the mid lane. Not much Melio and Malzahar can do about it. She is going to find the Gwen here. And Maokai and Aatrox are going to find Twitch and Malzahar. Not much to do. Twitch is able to sneakily get away from that. Wukong is going to dive in, but he shouldn't last too much longer. And that is going to be the game as Bones gets caught with the Amumu ultimate. And unfortunately, just not much that can be done here with the red side. Blue side put up quite a bit of a fight. Twitch was able to get some kills into it, and they were able to come back. It is going to be a 20-minute victory for the red side. Unfortunately, the Reivers do fall 0-2, and they will take another loss onto their record. Thank you all so much for coming out. It was a pleasure to be able to cast with you guys. My name is Keith. I'm one of the assistant coaches here of the Reivers Esports Leagues. And thank you all so much for supporting us and everything we do here. Again, remember, with Twitch, you can subscribe for $5. You can support the Reiver Esports team and follow us on all of our socials for more updates from your favorite Reivers. All right, hopefully, guys, we'll see you next week with another exciting match of League of Legends. Thank you all so much.